Welcome to this week's edition of Foodie Friday with Amy and my little munchkin Allie hanging out with me in the kitchen. Today I am inspired by fall. I went to the grocery store. I always go to the grocery store on Friday, and Allie is just going to lick the crap out of me right now, of course, because this is what she does. Can you say hi, Allie? Come here. Come here. Look at everyone out there. Look at everyone out there. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So anyway, what I like to do on Fridays, because it is my first day of the weekend off, I typically do my grocery shopping for the week, which sometimes leads to me also doing a little bit of food prepping for the week. It depends on how much time I have and kind of what I am in the mood for. So while I was at the grocery store this week, I noticed that there is just squash everywhere. So all different kinds of squash, all of your fall, there's pumpkins outside, and as you know, well, maybe you don't know, I love squash. Kelsey hates squash. So I'm going to be your squash master for the fall season and explain to you some of my favorite ways to make squash and also to make your life easier. Because I don't know about you, but one of the things that I really hate about cooking squash is the fact that it is very, very hard to cut, which makes it very, very hard to cook generally. So I am going to show you my favorite hack for spaghetti squash today, which is actually using the Crockpot. So as you can see in the bottom corner here, I have my Crockpot already set up, and my spaghetti squash is actually already in there. And as you can see, as I open it up here, it is still completely whole. The only thing that I did was add about an inch of water in the bottom of my crock pot, and then I stabbed the spaghetti squash about, I don't know, 10 times with a knife all the way through to the center, so that way it actually steams as you put it in there. So I have it on a low setting, and I usually let this cook for anywhere from 3 to 4 hours. It kind of depends on how big your spaghetti squash is. So I like to do it on a day like today when I'm kind of in and out of the house all day, so I could definitely check on it, because you probably wouldn't want to leave it in for like 8 hours while you're gone at work for the day. It might be a little bit too long, so maybe you do this on a Sunday or a day that you are at home. Maybe you do it in the evening time right when you get home from work, and then you take it out before you go to bed. Kind of whatever works for the flow of your day. But I'm going to use my spaghetti squash this week for actually spaghetti pasta. And so I have my pasta sauce that I got. This one, the Barilla pasta sauce, roasted garlic. I really like this the ingredients in here. There is a little bit of sugar, but generally all the other ingredients I can read and I like, so I am happy with that. And then I'm also going to be using my ground turkey, which when I got home, I actually browned up 2 pounds of ground turkey for the week. And so I'm going to use that for the pasta and then probably for other dishes during the week as well, just so that way I have some protein just ready to go. So with that in mind, once you take your spaghetti squash out after the 3 to 4 hours, I slice mine in half, dig out the seeds, and then you just have your like perfectly shreddable like spaghetti squash. Also the great thing about this is that it is so easy to cut when you take it out. Obviously it's been steaming for several hours in heat and water, but it seriously is like a game changer as opposed to like trying to hack that open and then put it in the oven. And so, yeah, it takes a little tiny bit longer, but it's definitely much easier. So hopefully this week you can be inspired by this and do something fun with spaghetti squash. Maybe you try the marinara pasta, or maybe you do something a little bit different. But if you do decide to do something, please share it below and tell me what you ended up making and how you liked it. Hope you have a great rest of your Friday.